Okay. All right. Um, so we've been in my classes, we've been working our way through the kleshas, which are the obstacles to yoga. So when we're saying the obstacles to yoga, these come from this idea, comes from the Yoga Sutras, that which is a 5,000-year-old text on yoga. And the way that the sutras are written, the sutra, the second sutra of the whole thing, it's 4 different sections, and the second one just says, yoga is the stilling of the mind. That's yoga. So if you could do that, you don't have to read the rest of the book. It's like, that's yoga. So if you can do that, you're doing yoga, right? Now, if you can't, that's what the whole rest of the book is about. It's like all these different ways to sort of get you there into that practice of being able to still the mind. And so there's different practices that come along with that. And one of the things that is discussed are these kleshas, these obstacles to yoga. So over the last few weeks, we've talked about a few of them: the egoism, how we over-identify with the ego, how we get attached to things. We're always seeking pleasure, seeking what feels good, attachment to things, clinging to things. And then on the other side of that, how we avoid the things that don't feel good, and we don't want to do those things. And those are 3 of them, but they all stem from this one, the first one, really. I'm sort of doing them in reverse order, and I did that on purpose, because I think those other ones are sort of easier to connect to, but this first one is literally ignorance. And so not ignorance is as in we're stupid. No one wants to think of ourselves as ignorant, but it's a sort of spiritual ignorance where we forget. So it's the same idea as in the Yoga Sutras, where if you can do that sort of stillness of the mind, all right, you don't have to do any of that other stuff. You got it. You can do it. If you remember the deeper self, right? The capital S self, your higher consciousness, then those other things aren't even going to keep up, right? You're not going to identify with the ego. You're not going to cling to things that you think you need. You're not going to avoid things that you think are going to hurt, because you just have this connection to something bigger. So in a practical sense, so how do we do that? So how can that happen? David White, the poet, writes about this idea of what he calls the arrogance of belonging, or I'm calling it the audacity of being. It's another way of thinking about it. And it's this idea that, I'll read what he says about it. He talks about it in terms of loving yourself. Loving yourself doesn't mean behaving like a princess or acting as though the world owes you anything whatsoever. Loving yourself simply means believing that you are allowed to be here, and believing that by merely being here, just by existing, that you are allowed to have a voice and a vision of your own. So it's not self-absorption. It's not egotism. It's almost the opposite of that. It sort of takes you out of yourself, in that it takes you out of your self-doubt. It takes you out of your self-hatred. It takes you out of the feelings of unworthiness that you have, because those come from the small s ego, the surface level, the ordinary ego, which is affected by these fluctuations in the mind and in the body. And our bodies are always changing. The mind is going, right? The breath gets disturbed by all of that. And so when we can do this arrogance of being, this audacity of being, we are living from the more essential part of ourselves. Morning. Hi. And so we are identifying more strongly with that place of stillness, with emotional stillness, with physical stillness, with stillness of the breath, steadying of the breath. And then that lets us settle a little more deeply, and they all sort of begin to affect each other. So that's the invitation. Normally our self-worth is so based on our successes and our failures, on the ways that because we live in the material world, and those are material world things, and there's nothing wrong with having successes and failures. That is part of the gift of embodiment. But the gift of embodiment, that truest gift of embodiment, is remembering that, yes, we have this ordinary consciousness that those things affect, but that we also have this infinite, finite, infinite and essential part of ourselves that is not touchable by any of those things, you know. And so we develop that relationship, and that helps us to move towards the stillness, because we're not having to identify with those fluctuations. Does that make sense? It's like this cycle. Yeah. All right. So let's take a moment and just quiet and steady ourselves. Close your eyes. And so the amazing thing about yoga is that, you know, some of the things feel more accessible than others. And when you work on one, the others get affected. And we just have that awareness. So it feels a little easier to let your body become a little more still. Just focus on that for a bit. It feels easier to let your mind become a little more still. Just focus on that. It feels easier to steady your breath and your energy through the breath. Focus on that. Because inevitably, each one is going to help the others to move towards that stillness. It's called the road to the stillness of the mind. Continue to just let yourself settle. As you're settling and everything is becoming a little more calm and quiet, see if you can touch into an understanding of yourself as a spiritual being living inside a physical body. You can recognize just recognize that energy is alive inside of you. It needs your respect, your love, your admiration. Because of anything that you do or any label that you have, it's simply for you. Slowly bring your hands together. Let's just begin together by chanting 3 ohms, just to bring our energy in the room together, our awareness together, and also just to remember that we touch into that part of ourself, that essential self. We are touching into the essential self that is part of all beings, each other, all beings. Take a deep breath. Let your head bow to your heart. Just a sense of reverence, honoring yourself, not as a human doing, as a human being, essential source of self within yourself. Release your hands, open your eyes. All right, and then just switch the cross. Bring the other leg in front if you haven't done it already. Easier said than done. And then lean to the right, and we're just gonna circle the left arm. So just start to imagine you're drawing a circle in the air with your left arm, and you're letting the diameter of that circle just get bigger, wider. As your body starts to feel a little looser, the shoulder, you can bring your torso into it a little bit, so you can bring a little cat and cow, lean back a little, round forward a little, and then circle the other way, change the direction of the circle. Okay, next time your arm comes over your ear, just Pause there. Anchor your left hip, lean to the right. Then we're going to twist. As you exhale, twist to your right. So your left hand can come to your right knee, or it can come to the floor if it reaches. And then inhale and twist open. Look up towards follow your left hand with your gaze. And then exhale and twist, tapping down outside of your right knee, sorry. And then inhale, twist open left. And last one, twist to the right. And then open up, twist open to the left. Hold here for a moment, gaze up at that top hand, roll your shoulders back a little bit, draw your head back. Good, and then come to center and just pause for a moment, center yourself, and then over to the other side. Lean into your left hand, start to circle your arms. This is practice of yoga, it's a practice of self-awareness, of self-study. And as we start, we come into the room and we're aware of how the body feels stiff, how it doesn't want to move, how our minds are busy, right? And then circle around the other way with your arm. And then as we become aware of that and we allow ourselves to just settle and our breath to settle and our minds to settle a little, then we become aware of these deeper layers of our being. Next time your arm is up by your ear, hold there. Good, and then keeping your right hip down, twist left, tap left, and then open up right, twist open. And then exhale, twist left, tap your hand down to knee or floor, inhale, open up. And last one, twist left and open up and just hold here for a breath. Draw your shoulders back, head back, feel a length in the front of the body and a fullness inside. Good, and come back to center. And then let's come out onto hands and knees. If you need padding for your knees, just open up a blanket. Find your way to tabletop. Yeah, spread out your fingers. Press your palms flat. And then, yeah, do a few more cat and cow here. This position, we get a little more movement in the spine. As you inhale, arch. As you exhale, round. Zoom friends, I'm sorry, my mic wasn't on. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting us set up here. Okay. Okay, now we're going to build on that cat and cow, taking a little bit more into the upper back. So for this one, you're going to take your right hand across on your pinky finger down in front of your left hand. So left hand, right hand in front of left hand on the pinky finger, thumb up. That's it. Elbow off the floor. And then just do some more cat and cow here. And you'll feel a little more stretch happening underneath the right shoulder blade. If it's more comfortable to do this with your left elbow on the floor, you can also do it with your left elbow on the floor if that feels easier. You have longer arms, it might be easier to be down on your elbow. Yeah, keep pushing your right hand into the floor. Arch and round one more time with breath. Okay, good. And then bring that hand back underneath your shoulder. Take your left arm across. So you're on your pinky finger. Your left elbow is off the floor. And you're doing some cat and cow. Arching and rounding. And again, if it's better with the right elbow down, you could go right elbow down, but keep your left elbow up and that pinky finger pressing down. So we're getting the movement in the upper back underneath the shoulder. One more breath here. All right, good. And then find your way back to your tabletop. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes under on the floor. Good. Don, you might want to be on the mat so your foot isn't sliding, just so you get a better stretch in your calf there. Yeah. And then just press your heel back. Feel a stretch in the calf and then rock forward a little. Take a little stretch into the wrists and then rock back, press back, heel back. That's it. Keep your fingerprints pressing towards into the floor, so it's the weight is more in the fingers than in the wrists. All right, good. And then rock forward, shoulders over wrists, lift your toes up. Stretch your leg out long. All right, and then just like we drew circles in the air with the arm, now we're going to do it with the knee. So start to circle your knee out to the side, up towards the elbow, around and back. And then just like we did with the hand, let the circle get bigger, wider, the diameter of the circle. And then go around the other way, change the direction of your circle. Do one more. Good. And then drop that knee down. Take your left leg back behind you. Tuck your toes. So we'll do the calf stretch first. Pulse a little forward and a little back. Notice how as you press back, the weight likes to drop towards the pinky toe. So keep pressing back through the big toe as well. The big toe side of the foot, the inner heel. Good. Then shoulders over wrists. Lift your toes up. That's it. Keep your navel towards your spine. So a little bit of toning in the belly, and then circle your knee around. You know, the arc of the yoga practice. It's like there's this arc through the class, and then there's the arc of the practice through the years or the weeks or months or however long you've been doing yoga, where it's just this continual self-awareness, circle around the other way. And we just keep paying attention. We just keep paying attention. And we keep becoming aware of the ways that we identify with these small and needy parts of ourselves in a way that doesn't serve us. All right, good. Last one. Drop that knee down and then take your big toes together and your knees wide and sit your hips back. Yeah, the wind keeps blowing the door open. The ghost keeps visiting. Hips back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out in front. Yeah, it's good, Sharon. Unless you're dealing with an eye issue, let your head release towards the floor. Let the back of your neck soften. And then creep your arms out a little farther. Press your hips back a little bit more. So you're getting more stretch through the side waist, underneath the armpits. Yeah. All right, inhale, come on, back up to your tabletop. And then swing your right leg up and go outside your hands for this first lunge position. Yeah, so a little bit of a wider lunge. All right, so we circled the shoulder, we circled the knee, now we're circling the behind. So circle your butt around. So come forward and then sweep it out to the side and send it back. If you know that that's your phone and you can turn it off, that would be great. Sometimes it's my phone, but it's not, not this time. Circle one way and then around the other way. Good. And then the next time your front knee is bent, your weight is forward, just heel toe that front foot a little more to the center, bend a little deeper into the front knee, hands still inside, and then walk your hands straight out in front of you. That's it. Imagine a little resistance. Like imagine I was standing behind you and I was holding the front of your left thigh and I was pulling it back. So there's a little resistance, the thigh pulling back. At the same time, bend into your right knee and creep your arms straight out ahead of you. Yeah. Have a sense of widening your pelvis, the bones of your pelvis side to side, so that there's a release around the base of the spine and you can stretch it even a little bit more. All right, good. Walk your hands back under your shoulders, swing the right leg back. Come to center. And then as you're ready, left foot forward. Why? Start with a wider lunge and circle. Start small. Let them get bigger. And this is the arc of our practice. You know, we come in, they're identifying with the small parts of ourselves, with these reduced parts of ourselves. We talked about that last week with the
ego, any label we put on ourselves is reducing ourselves to one thing. And it's not that we're not those things. Of course, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, all those things. I'm not those things. I am, but I'm not only those things. All right. Keep bending into the front knee. Walk your hands forward. Resist your right thigh bone back. So there's like a pulling back with that back thigh. Yeah. Excuse me. Thank you. So the right thigh bone pulls back a little, even as you bend into the right knee and the arms creep out in front. Yeah. Yeah, that's good, Sharon. All right, one more breath here. And then walk your hands back under your shoulders and come back to tabletop. All right, come to a long table. So hands forward, knees back, and then tuck your toes, lift your knees and your hips up into the air. Yeah, and then take a moment in your dog to move how you like to move, to do your dog warm-ups. We have those moments in yoga practice where we're sort of just doing our own thing, yogi's choice. We're all doing dog, but we're all just moving in the way that we like to move in our dog pose in particular. It's like we're honoring, we are affirming our own self-worth. And when we do that, we affirm the entire universe itself, because we are all expressions of that universe. All right, come forward to plank. Yep, shoulders over wrists. You can do that at the wall too, Sharon, or you could do it on the floor. Good, lift your head up in line with your spine, squeeze your arms and legs towards each other. Sweep your navel up towards your spine. Don't let your hips sag, legs nice and strong. Take one more breath. Then we're gonna come all the way down onto the belly so you can just roll yourself down. And we're gonna come lay onto the right side. So roll to your right side. Rest your head on your right arm, or you can pull a blanket underneath your head if that's more comfortable than your arm. Yeah, and then have your left hand on the floor in front of you so that you're not rolling towards your back. Bend up your knees. Bring your knees up. Yep. Bend both knees. Good. Now we're going to just do some clamshells. So you're going to keep your feet together, but you're going to lift your top knee up. The bottom knee stays on the floor and you lift the top knee. And then you squeeze the legs together. Good. Keep that left hand on the floor so you're not rolling towards your back. Lift your left knee, squeeze together. So Sharon, feet together. No, keep your foot down. Just lift your knee. No, put your foot down. Put your foot down. Just lift your knee. Oh, yes, clamshell. You got it. Yep. It just targets the rotator and the hip a little bit more. Squeeze up and squeeze together. Okay. And then do one more squeeze up and then squeeze together. Okay, good. Now stay with me. Straighten your top leg. The bottom knee is going to stay bent. That's just for balance. Top leg straightens. Okay. So you can rest your left leg on the floor. So that top leg is straight, but your foot is on the floor. Now we're going to switch your arms. So take your left hand behind the back of your head. So it's supporting the back of your head. Now wrap your right arm up to your left waistline. So sort of underneath you a little bit. Okay, good. Now, if you've pulled your chin towards your chest or your head forward, just press your head back into your hand. Imagine you're in like the skinniest room ever made, and there's a wall in front of you and a wall behind you. And so now we're going to lift up your left leg and you're going to lift your elbow up and you're going to lower down, but you're going to try to stay in between those two walls, right? So you're lifting straight up to the side. Yes, good, you guys. And then exhaling and releasing down. And lifting straight up, the toes stay pointing forward. Again, it's not wrong to point your toes up. It's just working different muscles. And I want you to get the work in the hip. So lift your left foot as high as you can without turning your toes to the ceiling. Try to imagine you're lifting your heel faster than your toes. Let's do 3 more. Lift. So you're not going chin to chest. You're going armpit to hip. So Deborah, keep your head back like that. That's it. And then you get more in the side body. Last one. Okay, good. Rest that top leg. Okay, switch your arms back. Right elbow underneath your head, left hand on the floor in front. Okay, now bring your top knee, your left knee to the floor in front of you, straighten your bottom leg, your right leg. Yep, and then we're gonna squeeze the bottom leg up. Yep, and lower it down. Good. And then squeeze the inner thighs together. Lift that bottom leg and tap it down. And a couple more just like that. Squeeze, lift as high as you can, and then tap it down and squeeze it up. Good. And then last two, lift and lower. And last one and lower. Good. And then just bend your knees. Take a moment, take a breath on your side. And we're going to roll to the other side and do all that on the other side. Come to your other side. First one, your head is on your left arm or on a pillow or a blanket or whatever you're using. Right fingertips on the floor. Clamshells first. So knees bent, feet together. And then start to lift that right knee as high as you can. And then tap it down, squeeze together. And then inhale, lift it up. And then squeeze together, just like that. Feet together. So keep your foot down, Sharon. Yep. And just lift the knee. You got it. I know that foot really wants to come up. Lift the knee. I know it's easier when you lift the foot, right? But then we get those deep rotators. That's what we're trying to get into here. All right. Last two. Lift it up. Lower. And last one. And lower. Okay. Take a breath here. Stretch your top leg straight. You can just rest the foot on the floor to start. Switch your hands, right hand behind your head, left hand on your waist. Good. So if you were here last week, we were holding a ball between our chin and chest as we were doing our abs. So imagine you still have that. So as you're lifting up, your chin is staying away from your chest and you're moving, you're lifting your right leg and you're moving your hip and your armpit towards each other as you lift and then letting them come away as you lower down. You can lift your head a little bit as well if that serves you. If that bothers your neck, you can keep your head in neutral and just work the leg. Good work. Let's do 3 more. Keep the toes pointing forward. You're still in this tiny little room. There's a wall in front of you, a wall behind. So you're just lifting straight to the ceiling. And last one. Okay, good. Come back to the, switch back to left arm under the head. Then right knee to the floor, left leg out straight, or you could go right foot to the floor if that's more comfortable. And then squeeze up your bottom leg and tap it back down. And squeeze up your bottom leg and tap it down. Good. And then just straight up and down a few more times. And as you feel that lift and you feel the inner thighs squeeze together and you make that connection of the inner thighs, imagine that it's like, just have this sense, a somatic experience of an embrace, an inner embrace of yourself, a squeezing in, a connecting in towards those deeper layers. Last one, lift and tap it down. Okay, very good. Come to your back. So you can just roll to your back right where you are. One more quick abdominal thing. We're going to take a block between the upper inner thighs. So take it as high up between the inner thighs as you can and squeeze it. And then hands behind your head. And as you're squeezing the block, lift your knees up over your hips. So the whole leg is squeezing in towards each other. Again, imagine you're holding a ball between your chest and your chin. So your neck stays nice and neutral. And then as you exhale, squeeze your hips up. Bring your elbows towards your knees towards your elbows. And then inhale, release your hips and your shoulders back down. And then exhale, squeeze and lift. And inhale, lower down. And just have this sense that as you feel the muscles firing and embracing in towards the bones, the muscles just alert and awake, lifting you up, that it's this sort of a self-embrace, self-love, like how we do self-love on a physical level. 3 to go. Squeeze in and lift. And release. Last 2 with your breath. Last one. Good. And rest. Set your block over to the side. Let your body just soften and release into the earth a little. Then you're going to find your way back to downward facing dog. However you want to get there. Take a moment of self-awareness in your dog pose, do a check-in. How is the stillness of the body? How is the stillness of the mind, the stillness of the breath coming along? And if you've gotten away from it, if we've forgotten that particular goal of yoga, just come back to it. Just keep coming back to it. That's the practice. Good. Walk yourself either feet to hands or hands to feet, whatever is easier. And then come on all the way up to standing. Reach and stretch out. However you get there is fine. And exhale, release your arms. I'm like, what is that sound? It's they're blowing out the sprinklers. Okay, that's what okay. I didn't even know we had sprinklers. All right, come to Tadasana, parallel feet. Make your legs nice and strong. And then sweep your hands together behind your back. Lace your fingers in together. All right, good. Just have this sense that from your ribs down through your legs, your body feels just very secure and stable and steady. And then keep that, send your arms, your hands back behind you. Roll your shoulders back. Try to do it without letting your ribs pop forward or your belly pop forward. Try to keep your navel back towards your spine. Then curl your shoulders back and your head back a little bit. Lift up through your breastbone. Imagine your collarbones were smiling up towards the ceiling. Good. Then bend your knees, hinge forward at your hips. Reach your arms back behind you, head forward. So a nice long spine here. Rest your belly on your thighs. Reach your arms back. Now straighten your legs and let your head come towards the floor and your hands towards the ceiling. If that feels too tight in your shoulders, you can always hold a strap between your hands rather than lacing your fingers. All right, bend your knees again. Look forward, hands back, heart forward, chest forward. Exhale, legs straight, arms overhead. And one more time. Bend your knees, arms reaching up, spine nice and long. And exhale, straighten your legs, fold over. Good, release your hands. Come to a fuller forward bend. If your hands don't reach the floor, you can always grab your blocks or just keep your knees a little soft. That works too. One more breath here. And then lengthen your spine, press into your feet. Come on up, reach up, stretch up tall. And exhale, let your arms release by your sides. Good. Let's face the long edge. Step your feet wide apart. Face the long edge of your mat. Yeah, you might want to move the blocks in front of you. Yep, not a bad idea. Put them right in front of you, facing the long ways. Hands on your hips. Patricia, yeah, maybe you want to turn around. I was blanking on your name for a second. Yeah, that's okay. It's a better view that way. Lengthen through your spine, make your legs nice and strong. Roll your shoulders back here, just like we did standing. And then hinge forward and fold between your legs. Keep your hands on your hips, your elbows up just for a moment. So that nice long spine. Lengthen your neck, let your legs do a little more of the work. Tone your thigh muscles, your quadriceps. Feel the muscles around the kneecaps firm up, not so much that you're locking your knee, but so that the legs feel really strong. Do that. It's like an action of self-love, a physical action of embracing yourself. Okay, then hands down to the floor. Now let your spine spill over, but keep your legs nice and strong. Keep your legs supporting you. You can let your head and your neck release. Okay, we're going to take this into warrior dog. So you're going to walk to your right foot and you're going to turn your right foot to face the short edge of your mat. Your hands are going to stay inside your foot, but your right foot's going to face forward and your right knee is going to bend. So we're in warrior two legs. And then you're going to walk your hands up towards the upper left corner of your mat. So it's like dog pose in your upper body. And you can put hands on blocks for that also. Yeah, great. The weight's going to want to come forward into your hands. Try to keep your weight in your feet and just keep reaching your arms out in front. Okay, walk your hands underneath your shoulders and walk back to center, parallel your feet. Fold to center, just pause here for a moment. Again, having this sense of quieting the breath, quieting the mind, quieting the body, moving towards that expression of yoga. Okay, walk to the left foot, turn it out, left foot towards the short edge of your mat. See if you can turn it all the way. So all 5 toes are pointing straight at the short edge. That's it. Bend your left knee and then warrior dog. Arms on a diagonal. The right leg is straight. The left knee is bent. Yes. Nice, you guys. And then same thing as we did in the lunge. Imagine I'm pulling your hips back towards the opposite, the long edge of the mat that's behind you. And at the same time, creep your arms forward. All right, good. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Walk back to center. Turn your feet to parallel. Fold to center. Then turn your heels in and your toes out. Bend deeply into your knees. Hop your hands up onto your inner thighs, your inner knees. Sit your hips down low. Yes. Roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine. Stay there, or cactus arms if you want to challenge your legs a little bit more. Notice how the minute something's uncomfortable, we start to just, all the brain power goes there, right? So quiet the breath. When the body's not feeling so quiet, quiet the breath, quiet the mind. One more breath. Good. Straighten your legs and your arms and heel toe your feet in for a moment. Let's just do a little march out. Very good. All right, we're gonna do one more sequence here, facing the long edge. So feet wide again. This time we're gonna go into humble warrior. So we're gonna go to the right leg again, pivot on your right foot, turn your left toes in a little bit. See that your right heel is lined up with the left instep. So if your feet were together, that would be, I don't know, whatever ballet position that is. I never did ballet, but that's a ballet position, right? Okay, bend into your right knee down, ballet position. You got it? No, you have a daughter. Maybe you know better than I do. I only have boys. I never did ballet. I only have boys. All right, lace your hands together behind your back. Stretch your arms back behind. Roll your shoulders back. Okay, good. And then you're going to hinge from your hip and you're going to reach your arms up and let your head release down. If that feels like too much, you could just go a little bit, right? You go like halfway. If you feel comfortable letting your head release towards the floor and your arms up, you can go there. Yeah. You can always do this holding a strap if that's better for the shoulders. I want you to try this with a strap because I think your shoulders are going to be happier that way. So hold the strap here and then, yeah, you feel how then the shoulders come in a little more. Yeah, I like that for you. Okay, inhale, come on up. Yep, release your hands. Losing my battery here. Okay, and then turn the right foot in, turn your left foot out. Bend into your left knee. Do this one with the strap. Work your shoulders a little bit more here. Yeah. So like that. Okay, left knee bends and then hinge forward. Yeah, so you could go halfway. You can go all the way. Yes, I like that for you. That's good. Squeeze in here. Sharon, I just trust you're doing what you got to do. You're doing whatever you need to do. All right, one more breath. I know it's a lot to hold. Good. Inhale, come on up and release your hands. Good. Turn your feet in, step your feet together. All right, take a little march out. Okay, we're going to go over to the wall to do some stuff. So bring your stuff to a wall. What do I want you to bring with you? Bring a strap with you. Bring a strap with you and a blanket. Just bring it all. Bring all the things. Take all your stuff. No, come up here. No, you need the, yeah, plenty of space. Plenty of space. This is got plenty of room in here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so here's the first thing we're going to do. Scoot up. Remind me your name. Eileen. I was saying Elaine and I knew it was wrong. Okay, move so that you're not under the window. Like a little bit this way, so you're not under the window. Okay, here's the first stretch. Standing on the left leg, left knee bend. We're going to cross the right ankle over just for a standing pigeon stretch. So left knee is bent, making a little shelf. Yep, and then cross your right ankle on top. Walk your hands down the wall a little bit and then push your hips back. Yeah, adjust your distance from the wall if you need to. You're pushing your hands forward into the wall, but the hips are pulling back. Yes, that's it. Yep. Have a sense of broadening your inner thighs wide away from each other and pressing your knee down towards the floor. Yeah, so you're getting more extension in your spine. Yeah. All right, one more breath here. All right, good. Walk your hands up, uncross your legs. Just pause, feel for a moment, and then as you're ready, second side. So hands back to the wall. Left ankle will cross over. Let yourself ease into it. Let your body ease into a deeper stretch, ease into a more stillness as we hold the pose. Hold in your mind steady, hold in your breath. Don't hold your breath, but hold your awareness in your breath steady. And take one more breath. Good. Inhale, come on up and uncross. Good. All right, turn around. We're going to do some eagle work, Garudasana work. So you're going to take your butt to the wall, your feet out a little bit away from the wall, hips back, and then lean forward a little. So you're in like a deeper angle. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can do like a, what teacher who calls this football huddle pose? Football huddle pose, you know, football huddle. Okay, huddle up. All right, but now take your hands to your hips. Then keep your butt back. So you're still doing that huddle shape, but your hands are on your hips. All right, then cross your right leg over your left leg. Bend that standing leg a lot. And then squeeze your legs together. That your right toes can come to the floor, or you can work to try to hook them behind your shin, do the double wrap. But either way, we're squeezing the legs and feeling that sense in the legs of a hug, of self-love, of an embrace of the higher self, your absolute consciousness, deeper than ordinary consciousness. All right, come on up, unravel yourself. Straighten your legs for a moment. Okay. And then other side, come back to your huddle, hands on your knees, hips to the wall. Then hands to hips. Left leg crosses on top, knee over knee. Yep, squeeze your legs. If you're trying to hook the toes, you got to deeply bend that standing leg. That helps. Keep your hips pushing back into the wall. And just fire up the muscles of your legs. That squeezing in like you're giving the juiciest, most loving hug to yourself, not in a way that feels just supportive. All right, come on up, uncross. Okay, march out. So we're going to come into eagle. If you want to, it's a balance pose. So if you want to come away from the wall and do it as a balance pose, that's fine. Or stay at the wall, hips back to the wall. Those are the legs. We're going to add in the arms. So come stand away from the wall for a moment. If you're going to use the wall, just be within, butt distance. Okay, then take your arms out wide. Stretch your arms out wide. And then just get bigger, not like your ego self, not like your little s self, but like the fullness of the spiritual being that exists inside your body. Just let it fill you up really big. Okay, and then hug it. Right arm over left. Hug yourself. Take your hands to the inner tips of your shoulder blades. Like walk your hands back behind you. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now you can stay like this. This can be the arms for eagle. This works if this is easy. Or you can rotate your forearms up and do the double wrap and take the hands together. Good. Then poke your hips back, either balancing or hips to the wall. That's it. And then shift your weight to your left foot. No, to your right foot, Cross your left leg over. Forgot if I was mirroring. That's it. And then come back to those legs. Squeeze your legs together. So knee over knee for this one, Margaret. That's the second version we did. That's it. Squeeze. That's it. You can put the toes on the floor like a little kickstand if you need. Good. And then feel this as self-love, self-embrace, not of your ego, but of your true consciousness, the higher self. All right, inhale, come on up and unravel yourself. All right, good. Roll out the shoulders. Get big, arms out wide. Fill up. Get bigger, get fuller, get brighter. Good. And then wrap your left arm around. Hug yourself, embrace yourself. You are hugging a beloved because you are hugging a beloved. And then stay here or do the single wrap or double wrap. That's it, Heidi. Yeah, you can take it. Yep. All right. And then hips back. Weight to your left foot, cross your right leg on top. Squeeze your legs. That's it. You got it, guys. And then if the body is wobbly, get steady in the breath. If your thoughts are racing, get steadier in the body. Right? Work it from any angle that works, and they will all work on each other. And we move to that stillness, to the inner self that is always still, calm, quiet, peaceful. Inhale, come on up, unravel. Good. Take a little roll out, a little march out, whatever you got to do for shoulders and hips. Okay. One last thing we're going to do at the wall. Can I borrow, you have your strap? I'm just borrowing your strap for a second. Okay. So we're going to work on a little binding. This is like the ultimate yogic hug. Here's what it looks like. Watch me for a second. So we're going to come into a squat. So a deeper squat where my knees are over my ankles, my feet are wide. I'm going to show it without the strap first. So without the strap, I'm going to take my right arm out. Now, if your elbow clears your knee and you can wrap that arm around, you don't need the strap because you'll be able to reach up and around and catch. If your elbow can't clear the knee and you're sort of here and your hands can't come together, you take your strap in this top hand and you just hand it to yourself. It's the same pose, right? And we're just squeezing the leg and the arm in towards each other. So that's the pose. We're just binding around the leg. Thank you. So go wide with your feet. Yeah, have a strap in your hand just in case. If you're not sure what's going to happen, have a strap. All right. So yeah, if you know where you're going, just go for it. Do it. It's fine. If you need a little tutorial, just stay with me. So feet wide, butt back. So your feet are out away from the wall. Your knees are a little more bent. Okay, then lean to your right. Right arm inside the right leg. If you're holding the strap, you're holding it in your left hand. Then wrap your right arm behind your back. Wrap it around your right leg and then swing your left arm up and over or swing the strap over. You got it. Yep. Go underneath, Margaret. You got it. That's it. That's it. Good. And then squeeze your leg to your arm to your leg. Keep pushing your left hip back into the wall, but twist and look up over your left shoulder. Yes. Good. Release that. Come on up. Straighten your legs for a moment. Very good. Take a breath. Nice. Can roll out the shoulders. A lot of shoulders today. Questions? Good. If you're doing the strap, hold it in your right hand so you can sort of swing it into your bottom hand. And then bend your knees again. Come back to your squat. Lean to the left. Lean inside your knee. Wrap your arm underneath. And then swing your right arm up and over with the strap or with your hand. Yep, wrap it around your left leg. You got it. Yep, that's it, Patricia. You got it. You got it. Yeah, you want to try to be around your leg more. Yeah. So no, this goes under. You had it right. You had it right. I'm just moving it around your leg more instead of between the legs, really around the leg. That's it. Yeah, and then push both hips back into the wall. Yep, look up over your right shoulder. Nice, you guys. Very good. And release. And come on up. That's it. Heel toe your legs in, march out the feet. All right, let's come down to sit right where you are. Have some space behind you. Don't sit on a blanket yet. You might need it in a minute. Have your strap nearby. You might need that in a minute, but we're going to sit flat on the floor with the feet out in front. And again, a little bit of room behind you. Okay, and then we're going to do a little cradling. So bend up your right knee. And then look at your ankle and just notice that as you lift up your foot's going to want to curve like this, right? Your ankle's going to want to take the weight of that stretch. So if you straighten out the foot, it's going to fire up these muscles under the knee, which protects the knee a little bit, and then it moves the stretch into the hip. So keep your ankle nice and straight. Yep. And then you can hold, or you can scoop, or you can cradle, any one of those, and then just do a little rocking, rolling. Yep, circling around. Yeah. That's it. Hold it with your, you know what, do this. Hold the strap. Hang on, I'm coming. Hold it here with this hand. Yeah, and then take this hand to the floor and just roll on your hip a little bit. So you're getting set. Yeah, we're about to go there in a second. We're all going to go there. All right, now keep holding your foot. We're all going to do it downstairs. Hold your foot. Take your right arm over to the right on the floor. Keep holding your foot, yep, with the elbow or with the hand, and then just do some more rolling on the hip. Yep. So take your right hand to the floor now, over to the right. So you're leaning more. That's it. So you're Doing a little more massaging of the hip. Yep. So circle a little. And as we're cradling, just have this sense of like how you would cradle a newborn, something precious that you're holding, because you are holding something precious. All right, try to switch this on. All right, take another breath here. We stay with this one for a good minute or two because it's a deep opening for that hip. You got to stay with it. Okay, release that foot out. And then just stretch both legs out. Close your eyes and just pause and feel. Feel how maybe the right sit bone feels closer to the floor. Maybe your right butt cheek feels like it's spreading out a little more on the floor. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling. Maybe a little more energy moving in your right leg. That whole back of the right thigh, even the back of the right knee, maybe a little more open, closer to the floor. Back of the right ankle, a little more open. All right, and then bend up your left knee. And again, ankle straight, hold here, scoop here, cradle here. Any of those options works. We'll just do a little rocking upright first. And you're trying to pull your foot towards your shoulder a little bit, like up and in. Yeah, with your elbow or your hand, whatever you're holding. Good. And then take your left hand. So keep holding your foot with your, what hand are you holding? You're going to keep holding it with your right and you're going to lean to your left. Yeah. Leaning into your hip, rolling on the hip. Yeah. Find a spot that needs a little extra TLC. Again, let gravity do some of the work for you here. Let the weight of your body iron out the muscles in the hip. If your hand gets tired, you can always prop your foot onto your knee. You could do it this way instead of using your arm if your arm gets tired. And again, heavy. All right, inhale and come on back up. Stretch that leg out. Sit up nice and tall. All right, good. We're going to go into a little twist forward bend. So if you want to sit up on a blanket now, if your back or your hamstrings are feeling tight, you can grab your blanket to sit up on. It might feel a little gentler to do it that way. All right, and then we'll pull the right knee in. Step your right foot to the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Good. And then wrap your left arm around your right knee. Take your right hand behind you and twist right. Bring your awareness to your left leg and just feel your left leg extending, the muscles of that leg still working, awake. And then keep extending out through the left leg, but turn your torso, your upper body a little more to the right. Good. Inhale and release your twist. All right, good. Now reach inside your knee. We're going to keep the knee up for this one. So you're going to reach your right hand. And if you can't reach your foot, you can just lasso the foot with a strap. So you're going to hold either a strap in each hand, or you're going to hold the foot with both hands. And then whatever you're holding on to, just pull forward gently. So your chest is coming forward. Your belly is moving closer to your thigh. And then on an exhale, let your head release towards your knee. Your right knee is still squeezing in towards your right arm. If you want to take the bind here, you can wrap your right arm around the front of your shin and take your left hand behind. I'm not going to get into too much into the details, but if you know your body does that easily, go for it, or else just stay here. I'm just giving an option. Wherever you are, let your pose, your posture become an embodiment of the true essential self. Inhale, come on up. Switch your legs. Come to the twist first. So wrap your right arm around your left knee and twist to the left hand behind you. You know, our yoga becomes this artistic expression of what's going on inside. If you come to yoga and you're angry, the practice feels aggressive, right? It feels strong. Come to yoga and we're sad. The practice can feel kind of lethargic and like we don't have any energy. Inhale, face front. Hinge forward, reaching for your foot or using the strap. Pulling on the strap gently so your chest, heart moves forward, your neck lengthens. And then exhale, let your head release to your knee. Again, if you're binding, you can bind around the front of your left shin. When we're feeling jealous or resentful, the mind feels distracted. We keep looping over a narrative, a story. But when we can come to the practice and connect to that truer essential self, then the movements become a little more reverent. They become a little more majestic, a little more graceful, a little more beautiful. Inhale, come on up. And then the whole practice itself becomes this outward expression of that inner connection. All right, soles of the feet together. Lengthen your spine. And you can stay upright if that's a big stretch, or hinge right from your hips. Let your head release towards your feet. Inhale and slowly come on back up. Good. And then make your way down onto your back for Shavasana. Practice Shavasana, it's a similar practice to meditation. It's this sort of journey inwards. We have the journey of the arc of the practice. We have the journey of the arc of each pose. So we have the arc of the practice over many years. But each pose has this arc of practice. And so in Shavasana, we start by just letting go in the body. We become aware of the ways that the body is holding tightness or tension. And we let it go. We relax our feet, our legs. We relax our hips, shoulders. We relax our arms, fingers, the sense organs in the face, the eyes, the ears, the tongue. And the brain, that organ of perception, that thinking part of ourselves. We just become aware. We notice how the mind might still be moving. We notice thoughts that come up. We notice that we feel bored or agitated or relaxed. And we just keep moving towards stillness. We feel the breath. We let the breath become a little slower, a little longer, a little deeper. We keep moving the breath towards stillness.
Gently let your breath deepen. Allow your body to stretch, move, reawaken gently. And as you're ready, bend your knees. Make your way over to your side. Rest in the fetal position for a couple of breaths. Slowly find your way to seated. As you move into the rest of your day, continue to practice this radical self-love, this arrogance of belonging, not the kind that says I'm entitled or deserving or better than, the kind that says I'm here. I have something I long to say. I have something to express. I have something to offer to the world. The kind that says I treasure simply being, and I am worthy of everything that comes along with that, even though it can feel really hard sometimes. It's not coming to me as a punishment or because I've done anything wrong. I just keep turning towards that essential self. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And let's chant one Om together to just remind ourselves we are not in it alone. We have each other. We have this community. We have this practice. And that can keep just guiding us back and back and back in each moment. Deep breath in for Om. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Announcements, what's coming up? It's all on the website, of course, but we're starting a new Shri book club. Book club is open to everybody. The next time we're meeting is January. We're reading The Frozen River. Everybody loves that book. Everyone is, I haven't read it yet, The Frozen River. So if you want to come, that meeting is January 11th. You can read and come in January and talk about that. And then we also have pop-up Monday nights. If you want to come back tonight for a little more restorative and stretch, pop-ups with Gina Monday nights. All right. Somebody told me it's about a midwife. I don't know. I keep thinking Elaine. It's not Elaine. Eileen said she's reading it. Bye, Heidi. Good to see you.